Hello students, welcome to our today's video. In this video, we will study one more numerical on the Pelton wheel. The numerical reads like this. A Pelton wheel is working under a gross head of 400 meter. The water is supplied through penstock of diameter 1 meter and length 4 km from reservoir to the Pelton wheel. The coefficient of friction for the penstock is given as 0.008. The jet of water of diameter 150 mm strikes the buckets of the wheel and gets deflected through an angle of 165 degree. The relative velocity of water at the outlet is reduced by 15% due to friction between the inside surface of the bucket and water. If the velocity of the buckets is 0.45 times the jet velocity as inlet and mechanical efficiency as 85%, then determine the power to the runner, the shaft power, and the hydraulic efficiency and overall efficiency. So this is the problem. So first thing, we will draw a velocity triangle as usual. The velocity triangle at the inlet is of linear form and velocity triangle at the outlet will look like this. So drawing this velocity triangle will simplify or help in our calculations. We note that for the Pelton wheel, this V1 is equal to VW1, means the velocity of jet at the inlet is equal to wall velocity at the inlet. What is given in the problem? The gross head is given. So we will calculate the velocity at the inlet of the turbine, velocity of the flow of the water at the inlet of the turbine by using the net head. Means we need to minus the frictional losses through this gross head to get our net head. Then the diameter of the penstock is also given. Capital D is equal to 1 meter. So the water is flowing through this 1 meter diameter pipe from the dam to the turbine. The length of the penstock is 4000 meter. It is given as 4 km, which is equivalent to 4000 meter. Coefficient of friction is also given in this penstock with the water. It is 0.008. Diameter of the jet, it is given as 150 mm. So after leaving this penstock, a 150 mm diameter jet is striking the Pelton buckets. Then the angle of deflection is 165 degree. This angle of deflection is, this angle is 165 degree. Hence we can find out this phi is equal to 180 minus 165, which is equal to 15 degree. The relative velocity is 85% of the relative velocity at the inlet. As in this case, there are losses. Hence, the relative velocity at the inlet and outlet are not same. It is the 0.85% of the inlet. Velocity of the bucket is equal to 0.45% the jet velocities. So here speed ratio is given. Speed ratio is phi. Phi is given as 0.45. This phi is the speed ratio. Means the tangential velocity at the inlet can be calculated by 0.45 multiplied by the jet velocity. Mechanical efficiency is 85%, which is equal to 0.85. And except this, we need to find out this using this data. Power given to the runner, we need to find out P is equal to what, shaft power is equal to what, and then the hydraulic and overall efficiency. Hydraulic efficiency and overall efficiency is equal to what. So to calculate the power, the basic equation is Euler's equation of motion, and the equation states like this: rho A V1 into small u into Vw1 plus Vw2. So here Vw1 and Vw2 we need to find out. These are the velocity of whirl at the inlet and outlet. We need to also calculate this u as it is not directly given, and also we need to calculate this A into V1, which is equal to discharge. Q is equal to what? So that much things we need to calculate. So what is given in the problem? In the problem, the diameter of the penstock is given. So we will consider V star is the velocity of the water in the penstock. So we can calculate the discharge through this penstock. Let us assume the V1 is the velocity of jet of water. So area of penstock into velocity means the discharge through the penstock is equal to the discharge through the nozzle, means at the inlet of the turbine the whatever the discharge through the nozzle will be there, it can be given as area of the jet multiplied by its velocity. So area of penstock is pi by 4 capital D square multiplied by V star is equal to area of the jet is pi by 4 small d square into its velocity V1. So simplifying this, we will get the expression for V star, because we know that the small d and capital D both value are given. If you put those values, if you put this pi by 4 will get cancelled. So after simplifying this, we will get the expression like this: V star is equal to 0.0225 V1. So instead of V star, we can replace 0.225 V1. So now if you apply the Bernoulli's equation to the free surface of water in the reservoir and outlet of the nozzle, means the free surface of the water and the outlet of the nozzle, these are the two sections to which the Bernoulli's equation is applied. You can say that the gross head is equal to head loss due to friction plus V1 square upon 2g. In the simple form, it can be written as Hg is equal to H plus Hf, where Hg is the gross head, H is the net head, Hf is the losses due to friction. So what is the net head? Net head can be calculated by this V1 square upon 2g, and this Hf is calculated by Darcy-Weisbach formula. So what is Darcy-Weisbach formula for the calculating the frictional losses in the pipe? It is equal to 4 FLV square upon capital D multiplied by 2g, plus this is the value for the net head, and it is equal to this total gross head. So here we know the value of the coefficient of friction, small f. We know value of capital L as length of the pipe 4000 meter. We know capital D, it is the diameter of the penstock. Okay, hence instead of this V star, we can replace this 0.025 V1. So we will get this whole equation in the form of V1. So after simplifying this whole equation, where V1 is the only variable, we will get the value of V1 as 85.83 meter per second. So we have successfully calculated this value of V1, means the velocity of the jet at the inlet of the turbine. Now using this, we can easily calculate the tangential velocity. U1 is equal to 0.45 times V1. So it is equal to 38.62 meter per second. The relative velocity is V1 minus U1, so it will be 85.83 minus 38.62, which is equal to 47.21. Also we know that Vw1 is equal to V1, it is equal to 85.83, hence we have calculated this value of V1. Now how to find this V2? Vw2 is equal to Vr2 cos phi minus U2. So what is Vr2? Vr2 and Vr1, we know their interrelation. Vr2 is equal to 0.85 times Vr1. So Vr1 we have calculated 47.21. It's 0.85 is equal to 40.13. So we know value of VR2 is 40.13, cos phi is cos 15, U2 is 38.62. So value of VW2 will be calculated like this, 0.143 meter per second. Now we know VW1 as well as VW2. Okay. Now the next thing is the discharge. This A into V1, this is equal to discharge. So discharge is equal to area of the jet into velocity of the jet. So velocity of jet we have calculated it as 85.83, and area of the jet is equal to pi by 4 d square. D is 0.15, means 150 mm. In meter it is 0.15 and its square. So discharge is calculated as 1.516 meter cube per second. So now we know VW1, VW2 and Q. Just replace and put these values here. We can easily calculate the value of work done is equal to 50,33,540 Newton meter per second. So this is the work done on the wheel per second. So we can easily calculate the power given. So power is equal to this value divided by 1000, which is equal to 5033 kilowatt. So this is the power given to the runner in. Now to find the shaft power, we know that the formula for the mechanical efficiency is equal to power at the shaft divided by power given to the runner. So the power at the shaft, which is also represented by shaft power, and power given to the runner also represented by runner power. So the runner power we have just calculated as 5033.54 kilowatt. Mechanical efficiency we know that it is 0.85. So we can easily calculate the value of shaft power. It is equal to 4278.5 kilowatt. The next thing is the hydraulic efficiency, which is equal to twice into the bracket VW1 plus VW2 multiplied by U divided by V1 square. So this is the formula for the hydraulic efficiency. We know the value of VW1, VW2, small u and V1. So all these values are known to us. Just put those values, we will get the value of the hydraulic efficiency as 0.9014. In the percentage it can be written as 90.14%. And the last thing is the overall efficiency, which is the product of the mechanical efficiency and hydraulic efficiency. We know the mechanical efficiency as 0.85 and hydraulic efficiency we have just calculated. So their product will be equal to 0.7662, which can be represented as 76.62%. Thank you.